So today we're going to be talking about the iPad and the keyboard cases for the iPad Pro, specifically the Apple Magic Keyboard and the Logitech Folio Touch keyboard. I did a video about the Logitech Folio Touch last week and how it is a great affordable alternative to the Apple Magic Keyboard case for Apple's iPad Pro. And today I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison between the two of them and let you all know if it really is worth paying $140 more for the Apple Magic Keyboard, or can you get away with everything that you need to do with the Logitech Folio Touch. So with that being said, let's plug in. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Coach Plugged In channel, where I give you the X's and O's on how to stay plugged into your tech here in 2020. So if you've seen my last video, you saw that the Logitech Folio Touch is a very good competitor to the Apple Magic Keyboard. So today I'm going to break down these two keyboards into 5 categories and then also give you my unbiased opinion on which one I think would be great for you and different types of people who are using their iPads here in 2020. So the first category is going to be design, and included in that is going to be protection of the iPad. Secondly, we're going to talk about the keyboard and the trackpad of each accessory. Also, we're going to talk about pen/pencil support for your stylus and how you can use that with the iPad Pro with either of these two cases. Next, we're going to talk about the price. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video to see if this keyboard case is for you, and also make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And comment down below which keyboard you think is best for you and why. Alright, so with design, Apple's keyboard case is the premium keyboard case out of all of them, and it comes in this sleek package that allows you to, kind of fold it. It has this floating mechanism that gives you this nice strong magnetic hinge that you can use. It also gives you an extra USB-C port for charging only, but it does give you that extra port. So if you're just looking to plug in your USB-C for power and you don't want to plug it directly into the iPad, you can run that cable right into the keyboard case itself. On the other hand, the Logitech keyboard is more of a protection type keyboard case. It does give you a rubbery grip around the sides, so it does protect the sides of the iPad Pro, unlike the Apple Magic Keyboard. Now, the good thing about both of these keyboards are that they do both use the smart connector, so you don't have to charge either of these keyboards using the iPad. It actually works along with the iPad. Now, there have been people that have said that the Apple Magic Keyboard has drained the battery life of the iPad Pro. I didn't really experience that, and I also didn't experience that with the Logitech Folio Touch. So in design, I think that most people would either consider having this premium slim look over the bulkier looking protective case, but they both kind of weigh the same. If you're looking at how the iPad Pro weighs with and without each case, I think it weighs about the same. So the arguments that the Apple Magic Keyboard was a little heavy, now its competitors are just as heavy, and they may give you a little more or a little less. Now, the one thing about the Logitech Folio Touch is it does not give you that extra port for extra charging, but you do get some protection. So there's one thing you get with one that you don't get with the other. The Logitech case would be very good for anyone that's dropped their iPads before, or they like to have that protection anyway. So next, we're going to talk about the trackpad and the keyboard of each of these two accessories. And looking at it from the front, the Logitech trackpad is a little bit bigger than the Apple trackpad, but you cannot click just anywhere on the trackpad of the Logitech, whereas on the Apple, it is a nice glassy type trackpad top, and you can click anywhere on it, and it's got a very good clicky responsive trackpad, whereas the Logitech, you can only click at the bottom and it's not as loud as the trackpad on the Apple Magic Keyboard. So the Apple Magic trackpad wins with that perspective. And then for the keyboard, both of these keyboards are really good. They're both very clicky keys. So Apple went to a scissor switch type of keyboard on all of their Apple products for their keyboards, and they also still have the slim folio keyboard for Apple. It feels more like a fabric paper I don't even really know how to explain it, but it was working for a lot of people, but the noises of the keyboard just weren't really working. Now it does have that floating design that we talked about earlier, but it does not give you a function row. There's different ways of not having function keys, but there are some things like play, pause, volume up and down, screen brightness, keyboard backlighting. That's the type of stuff that you don't really get with this keyboard, as it doesn't have a function row. Now on the Logitech, however, it does give you a function row that has keyboard brightness, it has screen brightness, it has your play, pause, volume up and down buttons. So that is something that you get with the Logitech keyboard, but you don't get a floating mechanism like in the design. We talked about that. It does look more like a computer's keyboard, and you also still get to use the commands that you use with the Apple Magic Keyboard, like Command H and Command Spacebar. All of those things you can still use with the Logitech Folio Touch. If it was me, I'm going to go with the Logitech Folio Touch over the Apple Magic Keyboard just because of the fact that you do get those function keys. But Apple Magic Keyboard did win the design component of it. Next, we're going to be talking about the pen pencil support. And as you have already seen, Apple's pencil magnetically attaches to the very top of the iPad Pro itself. So either way, whether you're using either case, that works. But if you're a person that's using an alternative like this Logitech Crown or any of these other third-party companies that have made styluses for this iPad Pro, you would notice that those devices do not attach magnetically to the top of the iPad. So with me having this Logitech Crown here, I did not say this in my last video, but the Logitech Folio Touch has a sleeve on the back where the keyboard is that allows you to slide your crown, pencil, whatever it is, right into that, and it allows you to now keep your crown or pencil next to you. So in the perspective of using that, so now you have that sleeve there. Next, we're going to talk about the use of having a pen slash pencil with these two keyboard cases. Now with the Apple Magic Keyboard, of course, you'll either have to detach the iPad itself and use it separately from the keyboard, or you'll have to try to draw on the iPad screen while it's still attached to the keyboard, which is a very awkward angle. Or I've seen people flip the keyboard case upside down and then, you know, try to write on it upside down, which if you put too much pressure on it, then the screen will actually flatten itself. Or you can put something behind it to keep it propped up. Heard that's not the way that it's supposed to be used, so most people will have to take off the iPad itself from the keyboard case. Now with the Logitech Folio Touch, there are multiple angles that you can use, and that is something that we can also bring up in the design aspect of it, but I like it more so from the pencil aspect, that you can put this keyboard case, you can fold the keyboard underneath it, or you can put the hinge on the back far enough to where it gives you a nice angle to write on. So from me knowing that, using the Logitech Folio Touch with a pen slash pencil is better than using the Apple Magic Keyboard. All right, so next let's talk about price. So as we all know, the Apple Magic Keyboard comes in at $300, and it is Apple's premium product. And Apple also sells its Folio keyboard for right around the same price as this Logitech Folio Touch. The Logitech Folio Touch comes in at $160, and you can buy either of these products on Apple's website or Amazon, and you can also buy Logitech's Folio Touch keyboard on Logitech's website. For the price, you know what you're getting from each one. If you're looking from the Apple side of it, for $300, you're gonna get, you know, more of a premium package. It's gonna look really nice. It's gonna keep the iPad Pro looking very slim, even though it may weigh a little more. It's gonna look very slim, and you're getting that extra USB-C port for power delivery. Now from the Logitech side of it, it does feel that it is not as expensive as the Apple Magic Keyboard, but some of the things that you get with it for $160, with having that function row, with having the hinges, with having the sleeve for the Apple Pencil or the Logitech Crown, and having that protection around the entire device. Now, you do not, of course, get the scissor switch keys that you get from Apple. You do not get that nice trackpad, and you also do not get that extra USB-C port. But for $160, you're getting a really good accessory for your iPad Pro. So then it comes down to it. You look at everything you have, and then you say, well, what are some of the wild cards that would make this device for me or not for me? There were some things that I did leave out at the beginning of the video just because I wanted to talk about those things right now. The Apple Magic Keyboard is going to be better for you using it in a lap than the Logitech Folio. Because of the hinge, it is very hard to use the Logitech Folio Touch in your lap. Now, is it possible? Yes. But is it ideal? No. Now, the Apple Magic Keyboard, however, it does allow you to put it in your lap, and it does feel, nice and premium. And it's not perfect, but it is much better to use it on your lap than the Logitech Folio Touch. So if you're a person that's looking to put this on your lap or use this as your laptop, then you can gladly say that the Apple Magic Keyboard is better. Also, if you're on a desk that is small. Now, you're gonna need some wiggle room using the Logitech Folio Touch, because if you are using it on a smaller desk and you're trying to get that perfect angle for your keyboard case, you may not have enough room to move that hinge around. Versus the Apple Magic Keyboard, the hinge is more of a top moving hinge than a bottom moving hinge. So you're gonna get your angle from moving the iPad screen up and down more so than using a actual hinge itself. Now, who is this for? I do not think this is a matter of price, honestly, because I think both of these products are really good. Now, for me, I looked at getting the Apple Magic Keyboard because obviously it came out first, and then also from that, I did not know if I really wanted the Apple Pencil or not. So I splurged a little on the keyboard, and then I got a cheaper alternative for the pencil. Now, there are other people out there that may be more of an artist that may not be as much into having the keyboard or the keyboard case. So you might look into getting the Logitech Folio Touch and then maybe buying the more premium Apple Pencil with your iPad. So I think it comes down more to the personal preference and how you're planning on using your iPad Pro. If you're a person that writes most of everything you do with handwriting, I think that obviously having the Apple Pencil is going to be more important to you than having either of these two keyboard cases. But if you were looking to spend some more money on having a keyboard case, I think that the Logitech should be the very first option that you should look at. If you're a person that you're not much of a writer, but you're more of a typer, and you like having the usability of something like a laptop, I think having the Apple Magic Keyboard would make everything you do so much better. And that's what it's been for me. I am not much of a writer, I'm more of a typer. So having that more premium keyboard and trackpad support is better for me than having an actual pencil, or the Apple Pencil, for to speak. But the main thing is that whatever accessories you do get for your iPad, the best thing is that you learn how to use those products and how they fit into your lifestyle and how they fit into your workflow, and that you stay plugged in using them. So that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope you go out and buy one of these two keyboards. I will link them both down in the description below, and make sure to comment which keyboard do you like, which keyboard are you currently using, and how has it helped your workflow here in 2020. So I thank you for plugging in today. This is Coach K, keeping you plugged into your tech here in 2020. And until next time, I will catch you guys later. Peace.